Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sohini Bhattacharyya from the Department of Zoology at Kalinga University. Currently, I'm an assistant professor here. So today for the second session of my applied zoology class, I'm going to talk about aquaculture, specifically about pisciculture. So what is aquaculture? Aquaculture is basically farming and rearing of aquatic organisms, be it plants or animals, which are commercially important. In them, the most important is pisciculture. Why? Because fish is a great source of protein and people who do not consume meat can always rely on fishes. Other than pisciculture, we also have prawn culture, oyster culture, and pearl culture, which are included in aquaculture. So moving forward, what would be the primary requisites of aquaculture? The basic need is site selection. If the site is not proper, then obviously the entire rearing farm is not going to operate properly. Next, we have water quality. So if the water quality parameters are not okay, then obviously the organisms are not going to survive and then we cannot use them for commercial purposes. For example, if the pH is very low or very high, the organisms won't be able to survive in such conditions and then the entire farm won't give any profits. Next, we need infrastructure. By infrastructure, it includes things like labor, like structures, building, and everything. So those are obviously very basic prerequisites of starting any aquaculture facilities. Next, we have selection of species. It is very important to note what species we select for our farming because they need to have proper market value and they need to be compatible to the climatic conditions where we want to start our aquaculture farming. In freshwater pisciculture, we have certain different varieties or certain different types of culturing techniques which I am going to talk about now. The first is composite fish culture or polyculture. What is that? So basically in polyculture, we have different type of fishes that we cultivate together. Over there, we need to note certain things. The first thing is that we need to make sure that the species are compatible with each other and obviously they should not have any predator-prey effect or any competition effect because if that is the case, then one of them will start deteriorating while the other is going to flourish and that is something that we never want. Next, we have monosex culture where we breed only one type of species and only one sex of the species. By that I mean either male or female species. Next, we have monospecies culture. It is just the exact opposite of polyculture where we cultivate different type of species, but here in monospecies we just cultivate one type of fish breed. Next, we also have a local fish culturing technique which is the geol fish culture where fishes that are capable of surviving in shallow water are cultivated. Next, we have some new methods of fish culturing, that is temple tank culturing and ornamental fish culturing. So temple tank is nothing. Say for example, if there is a temple and there is some space where we can use that space as a reservoir, then obviously we are going to be able to cultivate fish in those reservoirs. Next, for ornamental fish culture, it's basically the aquarium fishes that we culture and these are very lucrative and have a very high market value. Say for example like the guppy fishes, the goldfishes, they are highly in demand, they can be exported and obviously they bring a very good aesthetic feeling to the environment where we introduce them. So these type of additional fish culturing techniques which are of non-edible fish but have high market value can also be included in aquaculture farming. Next, we have pearl culture where we can cultivate pearls both naturally and artificially. We know that pearls have a good ornamental value in the market and hence people who want to do pearl culture can do that for a good amount of profit. We also have prawn culture. We know that people who are not so much into consuming fishes can rely on prawns as a source of protein, and hence prawn culture is also a very good type of aquaculture technique. So, overall summarizing, how can aquaculture impact our society, or why would someone choose for aquaculture? The first thing is that this benefits socio-economic growth and helps the localites to earn money. Obviously, the things that we are cultivating is a good source of protein or has ornamental value and can be sold in the market. Next, people can sustainably use or utilize their local resources to earn money. And obviously, items like pearls and prawns and oysters, I mean edible oysters, attract tourists to certain spots. Thank you.